Before coming to Gilead, all of you students enjoyed many privileges of service. Maybe you served as a regular pioneer, as a special pioneer, a construction worker, or as a field missionary. You may have served in the circuit work or at Bethel. And now you've enjoyed the additional privilege of having 5 months of intensive training here at Gilead School. And no doubt all of you have appreciated the fine direction you've received. Proverbs chapter 28, verse 20 says that a faithful man will receive many blessings. And no doubt all of you students feel richly blessed here on your graduation day. We're very happy for you, and we're certainly confident that there are many more blessings and privileges that await you as you go on to your assignments. But before you go, I'd just like to ask one question. Do privileges make you privileged? We ask this question because the answer will help you to have a proper view of your Gilead training and also whatever privileges you may receive as you go on to your assignment. And the answer will also help all of us to show modesty and humility in whatever assignment Jehovah sees fit to give us. So, do privileges make us privileged? The simple answer is no. But in some languages, the word privilege can carry the wrong idea. For example, in English, privilege carries the meaning of entitlement. We may speak of a privileged class, people who because of their birth or because of their wealth have a higher place in society than others. A privilege that we receive in Jehovah's organization could even be misunderstood as something given to us because we're special or even better than others. The possibility of misunderstanding what is meant by the word privilege is even more pronounced in other languages. For example, in Japanese, for many years, we used the word tokken to translate the word privilege. And if you look in the dictionary, that's the word that you should use. But many of us in the Japanese field felt a little bit uncomfortable using tokken because that word is formed by combining 2 Chinese characters. Toku means special, ken means right. So literally, that would mean you have a special right to attend Gilead School. I have a special right to serve at Bethel. But we know that is not the case. So you can imagine our delight when we received the study article number 35 in the September 2019 issue of the Watchtower. It was entitled, Jehovah Values His Humble Servants. And in a section that was discussing the need for humility when others receive privileges of service, the Japanese translators applied the principle of meaning-based translation. Instead of using the dictionary meaning and calling the privileges special rights, they called them hoshi no kikai, opportunities to serve. We were elated. Privileges are not given as a special right. Rather, they give us additional opportunities to be of service to Jehovah and to our brothers. So does that mean we should stop using the word privilege? Not necessarily, but we do need to have a correct understanding of its meaning in the spiritual setting. One way to gain a proper understanding is to examine how the word privilege is used in the New World Translation. For example, at Luke chapter 1, verse 43, Elizabeth described a visit from Mary, the mother of her Lord, as a privilege. Now, did Elizabeth mean that she had a special right to have Mary enter her home? No. Rather, she viewed the visit as a blessing from Jehovah. Acts chapter 7, verse 46 speaks of David asking God for the privilege of providing a dwelling place for the God of Jacob. And at 2 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 4, Paul spoke of Christians who kept earnestly begging us for the privilege of having a share in the relief ministry for the holy ones. David and Paul were not talking about any special right. Rather, they were describing an opportunity to work in service to Jehovah and to their brothers. So let's not be misled by the meaning that the world generally attaches to the word privilege. The direction found at Luke chapter 17, verse 10, will help us. Please open to that verse, and whenever we receive a privilege or an opportunity to serve, let's remember these words and this counsel of Jesus. Luke chapter 17 and verse 10. He said, "Likewise, when you have done all the things assigned to you, say, 'We are good for nothing slaves. What we have done is what we ought to have done.'" Now, of course, this doesn't mean that we should view ourselves as useless or worthless. A note in the Study Bible explains that according to the context, good for nothing conveys the idea that the slave would view himself modestly, not as deserving of some special credit or praise. And that is how we view ourselves when we receive privileges of service. Now let's consider another aspect of privileges. The English dictionary defines privilege as a right attached specifically to a position or office. However, not all privileges of service involve a specific assignment or position. The number of positions in Jehovah's organization is limited. The opportunities to serve are endless. Please open to Matthew chapter 20. We'll read verses 25 to 27 because here Jesus clarified the importance of serving over position. Now, Brother Lett already explained the setting. It's when the mother of James and John asked Jesus to give her son special positions in the kingdom. In verses 25 to 27, this is what Jesus said. But Jesus called them to him and said, "You know that the rulers of the nations lord it over them, and the great men wield authority over them. This must not be the way among you. But whoever wants to become great among you must be your minister, and whoever wants to be first among you must be your slave." Yes, instead of seeking a high position of authority, Christians reach out to minister to the needs of others, to serve as humble slaves. Interestingly, 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1, used to describe a man who is reaching out for an office of overseer. But the Revised Edition of the New World Translation reads, "If a man is reaching out to be an overseer, he is desirous of a fine work." This puts the emphasis not on the office or position, but on the qualifications that are needed by one who exerts himself to be of service to others. There are many opportunities of service that do not involve a special appointment or position. Think of Bible examples of hardworking Christian men and women. Dorcas abounded in good deeds and gifts of mercy. Joanna, Susanna, and many other women ministered to Jesus from their belongings. And while Paul was in prison, Tychicus served as his personal messenger. Mark helped Paul in practical ways, perhaps delivering food to him. So as you go on to your assignment, remember, privileges do not make you privileged. And whether your privileges come with an official assignment or not, humbly carry them out as opportunities to slave for Jehovah and to serve our brothers more fully.